Wow. 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 Oh, hey buddy. Didn't see you there. What are you doing in the middle of the street? Just wandering around. You know, you can get hit by a car or something. You don't want... Alright, look, I'll tell you something. Do you want to know a secret? Are you sure? Do you know anything about physics? No? Look, come closer. Come here. I'll tell you.
It's everywhere.
Hi, Nicholas here, physics enthusiast. Probably wondering, what's the first force that acts upon a car during motorsport? Well, let me tell you, that's friction. What is friction, you might ask? That's a really good question, because I ask that myself every day. Anyway, friction is the resistance that an object encounters upon a surface of another object, and vice versa. Let me explain where you will find that in a car. Follow me.
The first place to take a look would be at the brakes. Considering that the brakes of a car scrape against the surface of the discs within the wheels, the friction created by this pressure of the two surfaces colliding turns the kinetic energy into heat and eventually brings the car to a halt. Of course, we also see friction whenever you're turning the wheels of the car as they scraped against the ground. The friction slows the car down and allows you to turn.
Ooh-wee, that was one hot break.
Hey guys, I'm Marcus, the physics car video making enthusiast. So, you might be wondering, why did the car slide? Well, you see, the tires have a static friction coefficient against the road, which is higher than the coefficient of kinetic friction. So, when the car is under very heavy braking and overcomes that static friction, then the car will begin to slide, only being held back by the kinetic friction.
Thanks for the ride, kiddo. Other forces that are acting on the car one is gravity. Gravity pulls the car down, but also ground gives an opposite or equal or opposite reaction that brings the car up. Another force that can be taken into consideration is air resistance.
What's that?
Air resistance!
Oh, okay!
Yeah!
Air resistance is the force that acts against the moving direction of the car created by the exertion of air against it. Here's a diagram.
Even though air resistance can slow your down car, there is a way to take advantage of that. If we take a look at this spoiler here, what happens here basically is that the air comes over the car and it hits against the spoiler. And what this does is it pushes the back of the car down, which increases the amount of friction, the amount of friction that is present on the wheels.
So, another type of motion we can see in motorsport is that of linear motion. So you must be asking, what's linear motion? Well, that's linear motion. By linear motion we mean the movement of an object in the same direction and with a constant velocity.
Another motion that we can see in this car is rotational motion in the engine, as well as oscillating motion. The pistons inside this engine are oscillating up and down, which turns the crankshaft. That transfers into rotating motion, which then goes into the wheels.
Forces that are present on a driver will also affect their performance.
For example, during heavy braking, a driver's inertia will thrust him forward relative to the car. According to Newton's first law of motion, the driver will continue moving with his current linear motion when the car stops, unless affected by an outside force. The same happens when the driver is under heavy acceleration. Relative to the car, the driver will be thrust backwards unless affected by an outside force.
Hey, buddy! Did you learn something today? I'm sure you did. It was a pleasure teaching you about physics. Such a beautiful concept in the world, am I right? Hey, you're a real good friend. You're my bestest learning buddy. Well then, I'll see you until the next time. Wait a minute. Who